Welcome to swiftly running out of space, even though you just bought more resin and a couple more STL files. Today's video, I've got a super big surprise from armypainter for you. Once again, I emailed Adam from armypainter and I asked him, "Good dear Sir Adam, please send me more of thou products for thou and us to check it outeth." And indeed, he did send us, and send us he did. The armypainter airbrush mega set, and this video is going to show you what you get in this set. If I knock one of these statues, I'm actually gonna cry. This set includes 60 war paints. You get 16 color triads, 9 air metallics, 1 fluorescent, 1 black and 1 white. They say this paint is ready for airbrush straight away. I have already tried some of it and I can tell you that this paint goes straight through the airbrush without any thinning as it is. I'm not really sure whether this is how the boxes are going to come in the future, but my box came in quite a mess. I think that this cardboard way of setting things up it's not the best, but it's obviously more environmentally friendly. I'm just going to tidy this up real quick and we'll get straight back to this. So like I say, I'm not really sure if this is how the boxes are going to come, but if this is the case, if you have any of the old armypainter products, I have this mega set. This was the first set of paints that I ever bought, and in this set comes a load of plastic trays, and since I've had that box for over a year, these trays have still lasted the entire time. I've now moved my collection of armypainter to a rack, which you can see in just off frame over here. And so I have these plastic trays spare. I'm going to use these plastic trays to replace the cardboard ones, but that's got nothing to do with the actual paints on the inside. I'd like to thank Adam at armypainter for having the faith in this channel to send us a product to review and to let you guys know exactly my opinions on this exact specific paint set. I have already used some of these paints in this set already. If you watched the Green Lantern video where I painted Jessica Cruz, which was released just a couple days ago, I used quite a few of the greens and I also used the white. One person already commented on how well the white covered, which I thought was surprising because the white really did cover very well and super flat. These paints run through the airbrush straight out the bottle. I didn't need to thin anything unless I was using that paint as a tint or just trying to get a layer just over the top of another layer. Otherwise, this paint went through the airbrush without any thinning needed at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to base coat 2 objects for you, showing you exactly how flat these colors go down, and that way you can see what the coverage is like. I will be doing a couple of tutorials on airbrush paints and how to use them in the future, so please keep your eyes open for those videos coming soon to a ground affected channel near you. I will be using the color triads in order to show you guys how the triads work together, and I'm going to use them to base coat my marines, which I will use at a later stage to show you guys how to paint other techniques. As always, make sure you shake your paints really well. You want to make sure that the mediums have mixed very well with the pigment and as well as the carrier, so that you don't have any weird thick bits inside of your paint. And here you can see the paint coming straight out the pot, straight into the airbrush. Starting with a black base so that you guys can see exactly the kind of coverage that we're dealing with. One of the great things I find about this paint is actually how they've set up the packaging. The packaging gives you the triad colors to use in exactly what order, which is pretty amazing for people who don't have a great understanding of the color wheel or how to use colors in conjunction with each other. So if you just followed this, you would have an excellent gradient from one color to the next because you've used a triad that works with each other. So this would be your base tone, your mid tone, and your highlight. I really like that, especially for beginners. So for this last little bit of highlight, as these colors are quite a lot lighter, usually it takes a bit of white into yellows to make them a little bit lighter, or at least to go higher up in value. So I'm going to add a bit of airbrush medium to that just so it doesn't clog up my airbrush, because white colors do tend to be a little bit chalky when going through the airbrush. And in between each of these colors, all I'm going to do is take a bit of water with one of my worst paintbrushes. This is a paintbrush that I destroyed from many hours of slapping it against resin. And so, my painting friends, my verdict for this paint set is I'll give it a yay out of 10. The paints go down very smoothly, they mix very well with each other, they also thin down really well, they also go through the airbrush straight out the pot as well. Some of the paints are a little bit chalky when they go through the airbrush straight out the pot, so sometimes it's worth putting a bit of water or even airbrush medium. As you can see, the colors come out very smooth and even, which is really great. The triads work excellently with each other, and I can't wait to use some of these and some of their complements and split complements in the future and show you guys exactly what this paint is capable of. As usual, I hope that you guys got some information out of that video that will help you for your future endeavors. If you did, please give the video a like, and if you really liked it, consider subscribing. If you want to be extremely cool and support the channel, just like these people, you can look in the description below for the link to the Patreon. We also have linked the Patreon to Discord, so you now get Discord benefits as well. And as usual, if there was anything you didn't like in this video, the only thing you've got left to do, click the dislike and fuck off, man. That's about it, right? We'll bloody cut that right there, and then we'll get a couple of hero shots, and it's like we done freaking magic, bruh.